You understand what I'm saying, big bro? Come over here, let me show you something. So, on this side over here, we've got all the names that we learned in our captivity, right, or colonialism, right? So, some of our people are known as American Black. Some people are known as West Indian, like Jamaican, or Bahamian is how you say the word, Bahamian from the Bahamas, right? Or Haitian, right? These are the names that we've been given in colonialism or in captivity. Do you see what you would consider yourself on one of these sides over here, or your fathers? Right? What were your fathers called? Do you know? What's your nationality?
He's African American.
There you go. Right? So, right here you see American Black. Right? That's the name that our people readily identify with.
Right.
But let me ask you this question. First of all, you're not black, you're brown. Right?
That's right.
Your shirt is black. So are you more than a color in a crayon box?
Yeah.
Do any of the other races that here in Hawaii call themselves a color in a crayon box? Or do they know where they're from? Right? Even white people, they be like, I'm Caucasian. Caucasian is a place.
Yep.
It's the Caucasus Mountains of Georgia and Russia. That's a place.
Right.
Right? But you, as a black person, you identify with a color only? Something's wrong. Right? Filipinos understand that they're from the Philippine Islands. Hawaiians understand they're from the Hawaiian Islands. But we're the only people that are confused about who we are. The question is, why is that? Why is that? All right? So, what I want you to see, bro, what I want you to see is, don't let them distract you. See, now here the thing is, some information is coming out that's beneficial, the devil comes. The devil comes.
Say that again. We should follow the covenant. That's what we should be doing right now, right? Just listen. It's all for example, right? Why would he do this, right? Because they hate us. Matter of fact, and they that hate thee have lifted up their head. So it's saying they that hate you, right? They that hate you have lifted up their head. They got their nose in the air. They got their nose in the air and they confident. They confident, bro. They say we could do it.
If they call the police, you can just move your car real quick. Don't just 2 minutes. Just hear what I'm saying. But God calls you Judah. I want you to get that. I want you to understand that. God calls you Judah, right? He doesn't call you an American Black. What's more important, the name that you was given in colonialism or the name that God calls you? The one that God calls you. Why? Because these names have meaning, right? Praise of God is what that means. Praise of God. That's your forefathers. That's your ancestors. You know who else comes from that tribe? Who? You know? Come look on this side. Let's read it. Give me Hebrews, 7 and 12.
Gotcha. Hebrews.
Not this guy. Not this guy, right? Because is that, can you find this description of Jesus? This description right here, can you find it in the Bible? No, you cannot, right? Watch this, read.
Hebrews chapter 7 and verse 14.
Watch this.
For it is evident that our Lord sprang out of Judah.
Who did our Lord spring out of?
Out of Judah.
Who did our Lord spring out of? Judah. That's your name. You come from the same tribe and lineage as Jesus the Christ. Now, the question is, okay, how is that possible? Because I'm black and I've been shown my whole life that Jesus is a white man according to what all the pictures and the movies and everything. People walk around with Jesus pieces, right? You know the Jesus piece? The Jesus piece looks like that. Jesus piece don't look like no black man. You know, you familiar with what I'm talking about? Right? Well, so I walk around this. So how do I come from the same tribe as Jesus Christ? Let me show you that real quick, what he looks like according to the Bible. Let me show you that. Read that.
Revelation chapter 1 and verse 1.
And he's going to be reading this in verse 14 in just a second. Read that.
The revelation of Jesus Christ.
The word revelation means to reveal. So we're going to reveal Jesus Christ to you right now. What's your name, bro? Maurice? I'm Hezeki. All right, it's good to meet you, brother. Now hear this. Read.
Verse 14. His head and his hairs were white like wool.
His head and his hairs was white like wool. You know who has woolly hair, Maurice? You.
Right.
You, brother. So Jesus Christ had hair just like you. Doesn't that already strike that out? He don't have woolly hair, does he? No. So who the hell is that? Well, we'll keep reading. Read.
His head and his hairs were white like wool.
Come on.
As white as snow.
And it was fully white. Like if you ever seen an old black man, how his hair is like fully gray, looks like white. It's the same thing, right? That's why you see this depiction just like this. Read.
And his eyes were as a flame of fire.
And the whites of his eyes was red, right? Because Christ drank wine in moderation. And when you drink wine, guess what? The whites of your eyes sometimes get red. My eyes might be kind of have a reddish hue right now, right? Read.
And his feet.
And his feet. We're in Hawaii. A lot of people wear slippers, right? And your feet are the same color as the rest of your body, right? You familiar with that, right? Now remember, he's turned around, he saw somebody with a garment clothed down to the foot, so all he could see was his feet. So he's describing his feet. Read.
And his feet like unto fine brass.
You know what color fine brass is? Brown. Brown. Read.
As if they burned in a furnace.
You know what happens when you burn brass is it get darker or lighter. So who the hell is that?
Right.
The whole earth worships that image.
Right.
That's not in the Bible. You got a flyer? Get a flyer before you leave. Before you get a flyer, I want you to get a flyer. Because it's important for you to understand that the Bible depicts the most important man that ever lived as looking like you,
Right.
Maurice. You! You are the Israelite. You are the Jew of the Bible. You are the Hebrew of the book. But we've not been taught that. We've been given everything else. We've been given Christianity, right? And that's why when I say, who is that? The Christian church knows that's not what Jesus looks like. But they still give it to us. They know that's not in the Bible, but they still give it to us. Right? So this is the thing that we're trying to show our people. How you doing, brother? All right, so we're showing our people right here, if you take a look, who they are according to the Bible. These are the names that have been given to our people in colonialism. Right? In colonialism.
And this is what I call it.
What? So you would be considered a Mexican, right? Or Aztec.
Yeah.
Right? So the Bible calls you the tribe of Issachar. And there's actually documentation and historical facts that
I
prove
might be
that.
this one, dude.
Say again, bro.
That might be this one, though.
All right, so, but before you leave, let me show you one more thing before you leave. Because it's important to know beyond who you are, what is required of you. What is required of you? Give me that real quick. Deuteronomy 10 and 12.
Deuteronomy chapter 10 and verse 12.
So listen. Read.
And now Israel.
I want you to hear. I want you to hear, brother. I want you to hear. Read.
And now Israel. What doth the Lord thy God require of thee?
My brother from the tribe of Issachar. My brother from the tribe of Judah. What does God require of you? Now these are tribes. But God calls you the Israelite, right? As a nation, we've got different tribes. Read.
But to fear the Lord thy God.
But to fear God. Let's see what it means to fear God. Come on.
To walk in all his ways.
To walk in all his ways. Brother, are we walking as a people? Are we walking in the ways of God? When you look at our community, do you think we following God's commandments? Not at all. That's why we're a joke to most people. They think we're something to be laughed at. We're the butt of all the jokes.
Right.
All we care about is being able to jump high, dunk a basketball, dance real good. That's all we care about. And all the other nations are okay with you being like that.
Right.
But the moment you stand up and you recognize, wait, God calls me an Israelite. I've got standards I need to be living by.
Right.
I need to change my life. The moment you recognize that, now all of a sudden they're like, whoa.
Right.
Something's different about you. I don't know what it is yet, but something's different about you. Because you're not just following behind everything I tell you.
Right.
You're going to research it for yourself. You're going to use the brain that God gave you.
Right.
Our people don't like to use our brain. We don't like to think. We don't like to read. We like to just follow. Right? They said basketball, we do basketball. They said we're supposed to go to the club, we go to the club.
Right.
And our families are destroyed for it. Our men don't know how to be men. Our women don't know how to be wives and women.
Right.
Right? Our roles are reversed in the house. The man is the woman is the man.
Right.
Right? You follow what I'm saying? We have the single parent households run rampant in all our communities. Why is that? Because we don't know how to be a family. We don't know how to love one another. We don't know who we are. We call ourselves black. Black means nothing. It's a name that we found in slavery.
Right.
So I want you to translate the word black. When you say I'm black, say I'm a slave. That's all it is. Because that's what they called us. They said, oh, they're just negros. They're just black. They're nothing. And we go, I'm black. I'm nothing. We've assumed that. God says you're much more than that. And what does he require of you? Read it.
And to love him.
To love him. Who?
And to serve the Lord thy God.
Come on.
With all thy heart and with all thy soul.
Come on.
To keep the commandments of the Lord and his statutes, which I command thee this day for thy good.
You see what it said? Our job is to love God. How do we love God? By keeping the commandments that was given to our ancestors. It's still in effect today.
Right.
We're the people of the book. That's what I'm showing you. We are the people of the book. Let me prove that to you before you leave. How did our ancestors get to the Western Hemisphere? How do your ancestors and my ancestors get to the Americas?
Slave ships.
How?
Slave ships.
Slave ships. Now, here's the thing. Is slave ships found in the Bible? You don't think so? You say no, right?
Well, Egypt.
No, you say no, right? Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you that the Bible identifies how our ancestors got to the Americas thousands of years before it happened. Exactly the way Moses said it would happen. And it's going to prove that we are the children of Israel. Read that. Just go to 68, yeah. Yeah, he's trying to be funny. Go ahead.
Deuteronomy chapter 28 and verse 68.
During business hours.
And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships, by the way whereof I spake unto thee. Thou shalt see it no more again. And there ye shall be sold unto your enemies for bondmen and bondwomen.
Hey, so here we got my brother came to hear a word on an empty lot. And a completely empty lot. There's no cars. There's no cars in here. The businesses are open. The businesses are open. I'm proving to you. Absolutely, right here. Absolutely, right here. The businesses are open, but he doesn't want him to get it so bad, he's willing to imprison him in the parking lot. That's the way our people are dealt with out here in Hawaii. Yes, ma'am. There's a flyer right there on the back of that flyer. Can you hear me? I can't hear you, sister.
They do change. I got out here.
Yeah, that's the truth, right? See, so now here you go. Go to where? Now, see, the thing is, my sister, what you're gonna find out is our people ain't living too good over there neither.
Not at all.
Right? And now when you get over there to the countries where the Arabs are, you'll find that our people are in just as bad condition over there. Yeah. Now here the thing is.
And I stay in Elbow Beach now with 4 guys. They like Filipino. Went down before Mother's Day, started something that said, guys, what's going on? It's Mother's Day weekend just to start something with me because they didn't want you in their place.
Right. Okay. So now what you're bringing out is very true, right? So you said that, and I just want to make sure that I'm clear. You're saying that because over there on the other side, right? You said there was some people who were basically just picking with you, right? Because they didn't want you to be in a certain.
They see with no band and you doing your thing.
Yeah.
Just doing you.
Yeah.
I don't think they like
So because you were kind of just to yourself, doing your own thing, they was kind of just picking with you, right? So here you go.
Yeah, when I went off on them, then you speaking your mind as a woman.
Right.
You ain't gonna be no bad man. You speaking your mind, I guess they got inferior.
Sure.
Yeah, I'm gonna call the police. I'm like, no.
So what you're bringing out is a very common story here in Hawaii, sister. That's the point of us coming out here. A lot of our people, we get confused. Like I said, we get confused. We say, oh, we're in Hawaii, so it must be different. You witnessed something different in your own experience, and you just saw something different in your own eyes. So do we believe the postcard, or do you believe your lying eyes? It's an empty place. You gotta look for. You don't get confused because all brown people aren't the same people. Don't be confused by that, right? Read that. Yes. Read that.
This is the book of Mark, chapter 4, verse 14.
Now, this is what I want you to hear, sister. The scriptures say that when the word is being sown, Satan cometh immediately to try and take that word that's being sown. Guess what you just witnessed? Satan coming immediately.
Right.
That's what you witnessed. Because the Bible's a true book. We're going to speak the truth. We're going to speak it. Now, the thing is, like you said, there's no fear up here. We're going to bring out the scriptures as thus saith the Lord.
Right.
There's no fear up here. The problem is they like to go after people who are afraid.
Right.
Hold on, sis. Let me read this because I want you to hear this. Now, I'll come back to you. Read that.
Mark chapter 4, verse 14.
Come on.
The sower soweth the word.
Come on. The sower soweth the word. That's what we're doing. We're bringing out the words of God. Read.
And these are they by the wayside, where the word is sown. But when they have heard.
So guess what, sister? Guess where we're at? By the wayside. We're on the side of Camp Highway, right? Our brothers stopped to hear the word being sown. I just want you to see the Bible's a true book. Read.
And these are they by the wayside, where the word is sown.
The word is being sown in my brother Maurice's ear. Read. In his spirit. Watch this.
But when they have heard,
when he began to hear the truth, watch this.
Satan cometh immediately.
The man came out here, asked for a flyer, then went back in there and tried to close the door on him.
Right.
That's Satan. I'm telling you. That's thus saith the Lord. This thing is spiritual, sister. It's spiritual, right? Because that's what Jesus said it was. Did you finish that?
Satan cometh immediately.
Come on.
To take away the word that was sown in their heart.
You know how I know? Because he's gone and the door is still open. He left and the gate is still open. So he was sent by Satan to try and take the word that was being sown. Because he didn't care about closing the gate, obviously. It's still open and the brother's gone. That's all he cared about. Stopping the word from being sown. Just showing you the Bible's a true book.
What is a nation?
Nation is men leading by example. Nation is family. Nation is community. Nation is children with role models. Nation is unity. Nation is you.